Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What you're about to view is real. This is sunset, Seattle, Washington. Best thing about it, we're going to view a solar system coming into ours. One thing to remember, it is now on the other side of the sun. That is, it's coming directly toward our orbit, which means you can now see it with the naked eye as it has increased in size. I can't use a pointer, so I'm going to describe the best I can to you during this video presentation that I taped using EarthCam. As you see here, I'm showing what visible planets there are. And as you see the green and purple, look up to the top horizon, that's the reflection. As you can see that. And on the right hand side you see another reflection, it looks white. That's also another planet that you can see with the visible eye. Looking to your left, I can zoom in some more. You can see the green, and you can see it looks rather blue or purple. Now look at the sun, and to your right of the sun, that is Nemesis. Nemesis is now reflecting the sunlight from the sun back at the sun because it's on the back of the sun. It's not going toward the sun, it's going away from the sun. That's why it's not reflecting toward Earth, but it's reflecting off the sun back at the sun, as you can see. Now look closer and you'll be able to see the angle of Nemesis. You see it shooting downward toward the sun, and you can see the angle of it. That is Nemesis. That bright light that looks like the second sun's reflection off of Nemesis. Remember, it's a dwarf sun. Now here again you see the green and purple. Look above at the horizon, you will see the orbitals that reflect of these. These are planets above the horizon. Those are the reflections that's casting off of our sun. Now we're going back to our sun. It's at sunset. You can actually see Nemesis, and you can also see the angle at the reflection of the sun off of Nemesis, which is the dwarf sun of its solar system. I could make this video short, but you got to see everything of it. It's absolutely amazing. And you'll probably watch it a second, third, you'll watch it over and over again, and you will see what I am revealing to you. It's absolutely amazing. Breathtaking, realistic. What you do with this information, you will have to do accordingly. Now there's a good viewpoint. See it? Do you see the dwarf star? Do you see it reflecting the sun back at the sun? Because it's on the back side now. It's coming away from the sun on the other side. Absolutely amazing. The more I view this, the more I see. You're also going to see something fascinating. When our sun sets, you will see the dwarf sun in its entirety. Right now you're seeing it reflect, and you see other orbitals there. I don't know the solar system, so I can't name the other planets. Those of you that are familiar with the solar system will be able to recognize and label them. And if you can leave it below in the feedback line, that would be great. I could do the extra effort and do so, but I thought the sooner this video gets out there, the better. Because these will increase in size monthly. I say that because last month they were smaller. They looked like little needle pins, heads of little needle pins. They have increased in size, I would say about 4 times the size of a needle pin. I don't know how fast their acceleration is away from the sun, but if you look at this picture now, you'll start to see the angle of Nemesis as our sun is setting down below the horizon. And then you'll see it's starting to come into view now. It's bigger than those Do you see it? It's to the right. It's to the right of the reflection that it's shooting back at the sun. I could say as a locator, it's between those two planets that you're now witnessing. Nemesis is between, or more or less I could say they're orbiting Nemesis. Now remember, as our sun goes down, it'll be down, but you'll still see Nemesis reflecting back at our sun. And this is the most important evidence to this view that we're witnessing here from Seattle, Washington, using EarthCam. Washington was selected because it's clear and you can view things closer when you zoom in on it. Okay, now notice that the two planets are slowly going out of focus because the sun is almost completely set. Nemesis is more clear now, more of a darker red orange. It's a bigger sphere than the other two planets that was orbiting it. Do you see Nemesis now? It's away from the reflection. It is reflecting the light from the sun. That's why it looks like the sun is still nice and bright. It is still reflecting the sun back at it, and you'll see that angle the more the sun sets. And with the orbit of our Earth making it see it that way. This is the best way I can explain it. If there's others that can explain in more detail, feel free to leave your comments below. Just use the time counter marker that you're watching and just tell and inform us the time that it starts on the video and where it ends. Just leave the feedback. That would be great. There's one thing that many people are thinking about, I'm thinking about, looking at the mountain areas. However, I hope this solar system is just going to bypass our orbit and maybe at anything that we go by on a tangent. And as you see, our sun has already set, and you're watching Nemesis reflecting the sun still. Now do you see it? Nemesis is on the right hand side of this reflection that it's emitting of our sun. Far right side, and you can see it curve out. You see it. I don't have a pointer. I cannot point it out. I'm trying to describe the best of my ability the location of Nemesis, which is a dwarf sun. Now, if this does come within our orbit, you can imagine the chaos it will present or cause. Everybody in their right mind will most likely move away from the coastline, all coastlines of the United States, and that's just of the United States. Now, where are you going to put all those people? Where is everyone going to go? Most people are thinking about the mountains. I've already got one area spotted. Many people are going to go to the mid-Atlantic states. So that's a lot of congestion. That's a lot of evacuation. Now if you look to the picture, you can see Nemesis to the right of the reflection that it's emitting away. Now do you see it? It almost looks like a half moon. That is Nemesis. That is Nemesis. See it? Do you see it reflecting our sun's light back down at it according to our orbit of our planet? Do you now see it? This is why I wanted to make this a point, not to shorten this video. I wanted everyone out there to see this. It's real, it's happening. I don't know the acceleration of this solar system. I don't know the direction, except it has a different orbit than planet Earth and all our planets. It came in from the southern region, and then it's going up over the sun and then back down and out. And right now it's back down and it's going out. That's why Nemesis is reflecting the sun back at it. It's on the back. It's past the sun going out, so it's reflecting everything back. It will not be reflecting like towards the Earth. The only thing it can do is skim the other planets. It's from our sun at the right time of the day, and you can see it, the reflections off these planets, very minimally, and not much time to view it with the naked eye, but you can see it as you saw previously. Now do you see Nemesis? Now it's up to your right corner of the light, the reflection of the sun's light. Our sun has already set. I repeat, our sun has already well set, and we are watching Nemesis now setting itself, and you will see that the more we go into this video. Nemesis is on the right hand corner of this light reflection that is being shot back at our sun, not towards the Earth, but towards the sun. Without the sun, we would not be able to see Nemesis. Nemesis is a dwarf star. It's dark. This is revealed. If you look closely, it's a dark orange red, but it is reflecting back at the sun, which has already set. This is amazing, folks. This is history. Probably won't hear anything from any agency until after everything is out of harm's way. And then they might say, oh, by the way, I have a feeling they're not sure. They had the ISS, they had the Hubble telescope. They even launched a craft halfway between the Earth and the Sun, and they said they were doing this so they could monitor so-called weather conditions. I think they had other ideas. Anyway, this is coming near a close now. As you can see, once our rotation of the Earth is the sun set to where the sun's out of our view completely, or even the rays, and it gets darker, Nibiru, you will not be able to see Nemesis anymore. It is a dwarf sun. And the more our Earth turns, the less we're going to see Nemesis. You can barely see Nemesis now. It's to the right of that haze of our sunlight. But if you look closely, it's a dark reddish. I hope this information has been valuable to you, and I hope you study it over and over again. If you know astronomers, let them see it. I've already contacted an astronomy group. They did mention a solar system regarding Nemesis. That was back in 1985 or 1986. That was theoretically discovered. But at that time, they had no proofs to back it up. Well, I think those days are gone, and it's here in front of us here. We just need to know the acceleration, the direction this solar system's traveling, and why they haven't informed anyone. Makes me very suspicious that there may be more to this than meets the human eye. They don't want to put chaos into the minds of the American people, or the people worldwide. I hope you've enjoyed this, as tomorrow will be another day.